We don't have enough road to get up to 88.
Welcome back to another episode of Front Row Cinema, a movie podcast for movie lovers by movie lovers. I am your host, TJ Trimboli, and with me, as always, my co-host. I got the king of all grudges in the house tonight, Mr. James O'Reilly.
Am I the king of all grudges? Do you have a specific one in mind, or?
I don't know. Maybe. Let's see. Let me think. You tell me. Is there anything I've done to you over these 25 years? You're still holding on to?
No, I mean I don't have a grudge with you per se. The only one that comes to mind is JetBlue. I got a serious bone to pick with JetBlue.
I mean, pick an airline. Who doesn't have a bone to pick with them? What JetBlue?
Yeah.
Show me where.
Well, remember how I was late to your rehearsal dinner?
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
It's because they canceled the flight, and I spent all night drinking at the airport because I always drink before flights. And I kept looking at it and be like, man, my flight just keeps getting later. That's odd. And then finally it was my flight was at 12:45 a.m. And even the guy at the bar could tell that I wasn't getting on the plane, but I was like, no, man, I gotta go. I gotta catch my plane. And meanwhile, I've been drinking now for 3 hours at the bar.
You ain't going nowhere.
So yeah, they canceled my flight, and then they're like, oh yeah, you'll get compensated for it. They never gave me a dime. And they just told me to come back in the morning all hungover and get on the plane then.
I'll be like, sorry, dude, it was an act of God. Nothing we can do about it.
Yeah, and then they try and be because I'm upset, they're like, well, we'll give you a $250 voucher for your next JetBlue flight. And I'm like, that's just a voucher to pay you more money to fly again. Why would I ever want that? I'm not getting on JetBlue again.
Trying to get out of this.
I may as well light that on fire, ma'am.
It's like we're trying to get out of this abusive relationship. You giving me comps?
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. That was years ago at this point, and as you can tell, I'm still pretty heated about it. Maybe I am the king of all grudges. I don't know.
That's a fair one to be heated about.
Yeah. Never forget, man. JetBlue.
I mean, better if they gave you some comps at the bar. Be like, listen, next time you get stuck, alcohol is on us.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not so convinced that they weren't in cahoots with the bar.
Sure, they were like, listen, he's posting up a pretty good tab right now.
Right.
Just keep pushing the flight back. Let's see how good we can milk this.
At the very least, they should have comped my bar tab, because, man, was I waiting for a long time.
Boy, were his arms tired.
All
right. Relax. Tim, what are we watching tonight?
We're watching The Grudge.
Yeah, you want to talk about holding grudges. I'm about to build one on this movie. Yeah, we're doing the 2004 horror film, directed by Jim. Let me just get my glasses on here to butcher this. Takashi Shimizu.
Definitely, it sounded like you got off to a strong start. You kind of lost me there at the end.
I feel strong about the Takashi. I don't feel strong about the last name. Shimizu. Oh,
just say it. Just whatever you think it is, say it double speed. It's got to sound better that way.
Was that Infernal Affairs where I couldn't not say it in an Asian accent? Oh,
yeah, we're done.
Tashi-san.
Yeah, don't say it like that. That sounds pretty bad.
I bowed while
there's
I did.
There's a fine line between trying to be culturally sensitive and pronounce things the right way, and then where you were was way over the line.
Way over. I bowed. All right, that's a sign of respect. Written by the very much.
You may as well just say hit a gong after you say his name.
Do we have a gong sound effect?
No, I don't think we do. I can work on that though for next time.
Do we have chopsticks? No.
Listen, in Trump's America, I can play a gong after you say Japanese names. That's allowed now.
That's true.
There's got to be some perks here.
They told us it's back on the menu, right? Listen, they're like, stereotypes are back on the menu. Written by Steven Susko and starring Sarah Michelle Gellar. I think this is, this is the last time we see a starring Sarah Michelle Gellar role in the 2000s.
I don't know. I mean, when does she pop up again? She's definitely in. Is this after Scream 2? Did
This is
Scream 2
long
already
after
happen?
Scream 2. Are you all right?
Yeah, when was Scream 2?
Someone get this guy a calendar. Scream 2, I
We
believe,
didn't
was
watch
in the
Scream 2
year of
yet.
our Lord, 1997, 8, 9.
Was it really?
It was in the 90s. Yeah.
Scream
This was right
2 was in
after,
the
I
night.
believe, Scooby Doo. Right? We just did Scooby Doo 2
Oh, yeah, we did Scooby Doo
so
2.
many
That's right.
episodes
That would have
ago.
been way after Scream 2.
Yeah, so
That's a
this is
fair
after
point.
Scooby Doo 2, and I think they were like, "Listen, Sarah, we know you're trying to come out of Buffy here, but this ain't it."
Well, it's just interesting because I mean, this like I mean, we'll talk about that more in a minute, but it's not like this was a failure by any stretch.
Yeah, no, definitely not. We
I
will.
don't know why this would be the death nail for her. I'm looking up her IMDb right now just
I
to
guess
see.
maybe. I think if it is, it's more. I think the movie in general, and not so much the box office of it.
Yeah. Well, they make all right. So they make a Grudge too, and she plays Karen again. So there's that.
Oh my God, they dust her off. One.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
when
have
does?
a feeling she's not in the whole movie though. That's
I
just
was
my
gonna
guess.
say, yeah. When does the sequel come out? How many years after this one?
2006.
Oh Jesus Christ, we're gonna have to do it. Fuck.
It's like hot off the presses,
Hot
man.
off the presses. That's right around the corner. Dear God, what have we done?
She's
Now
also a voice in Call of Duty Black Ops.
what?
Yeah, she voices Sarah. She's uncredited voice of Sarah, which I never understand the uncredited thing because she's very clearly credited here. Is she just not like in the game credits? I guess.
I don't know how that works. That's so funny. Is it uncredited because you just like happened to walk into the studio that day and you're like, listen, why don't you pop in for a second? Like,
Yeah, I don't know.
lay down some smooth jazz for a few minutes.
She seems to do a lot more like voiceover work after this.
After Buffy and The Grudge,
Yeah,
because Buffy
she's
has to
also
be
in
ending right around
The
now as well.
Return.
The Return, never even heard of that.
Yeah, a traveling businesswoman begins having nightmares of a murder that occurred 15 years ago.
Like,
Soon she is drawn to an old farmhouse where the murder took place, which honestly sounds just like kind of like The Grudge. Now that you mention it,
when did that come out?
right after The Grudge,
Oh
2005.
no, we're gonna have to watch it. Fuck.
Yeah, we're gonna have to explore this. There's
Oh no. Oh please God, no. No, please don't do it to me. Yeah, I mean, after that log line, The Grudge really isn't that far off, Jim. I've got an American nurse living and working in Tokyo is exposed to a mysterious supernatural curse, one that locks a person in a powerful rage before claiming their life and spreading it to another. Jesus Christ.
okay.
Yeah, that's something. This was a first time watch for you too, right? I think we briefly mentioned that last
Yeah,
time.
I've never seen this movie. I remember the thing in the shower where the hand comes out of her head, but I'm pretty sure that was just from the commercials.
Much like Trump's America, I only remember the stereotypical lampoon scene from Scary Movie 4 where they just said like Mitsubishi, Yamaha.
Yeah, I remember that too. Which I want to ask you this. Did you watch so when you watched it this time, did you watch it with subtitles at all?
I watch everything with subtitles.
Really?
Yes. I can't watch
That's a
anything without
crazy
subtitles
choice.
anymore. I'm a subtitles guy.
Interesting.
It's got to be done. And apparently they didn't say Mitsubishi or anything in it, so I don't know where they got that from.
No. I didn't watch this with subtitles. That's why I was asking you. I didn't watch this with subtitles at all. Just because how did you watch this, by the way? Do you have like the DVD or something? Were you able to rent it?
I had to rent it.
Okay, because I wasn't even able to rent it. I had to get some free trial with like Movie Sphere Plus or something.
That's what I did. Yep, I did the same thing.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So I got the Movie Sphere Plus trial. Subtitles not on, and I remember I was watching the entire movie without subtitles, up to and including the parts where they were speaking in Japanese, and I had no idea what anybody was saying.
Isn't the Japanese parts though just like I would imagine those subtitles, like it's not that you would have to click closed captioning, it should just be on the movie because it's
they weren't. I had to turn them on to have any like thing on the screen for the subtitles. And I'll tell you what, didn't need them. Like everything that happened in the Japanese scenes was totally clear just based on the movie.
Yeah, it's not a very deep movie. Subtlety's not its not
Yeah,
its suit. So
it was
it's pretty easy follow along.
it was interesting though. I was so wrapped up in like how I was enjoying not having subtitles because I feel like a lot of people are subtitles people these
Oh yeah,
days.
I'm a
Like
subtitles guy. Yeah,
I feel
absolutely.
like most people are. And I don't remember the last time I watched a movie without them, and this time I was very, very enthralled by it. I was very into it, not having them up to and including the ones where people were speaking languages I don't know, and I was just kind of going along with it. He's like, yeah, they're probably saying something. I don't want to read it. Like I'm just
They're
gonna keep
like
watching.
they're like, listen, you don't need to know. They're just holding scene until we can get one of them dead. Like just hold on, we'll get there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, one of them, the next thing, the guy is going and watching the security tapes. So I'm like, oh, they were talking about the sister, probably. Who knows? Like, it must have been that. If it wasn't, who cares then?
They're like, it's irrelevant. You're not here for dialogue. Come on,
Yeah.
dialogue.
It definitely made the movie way scarier, too.
By not knowing what anyone is saying at any point in time.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Yeah, no, I need subtitles for everything now. And whenever I have to go to like the movie theater to see a movie and there aren't subtitles, it just grinds my gears so hard.
That's so bananas to me.
Open caption showtimes, theaters. Let's go. Come on. Give it to us. The people want it.
That's so crazy.
I want it. Give it to me. I
I
want it.
just can't imagine why a movie that's actually really well shot and looks really great, why you would just want words on the screen.
I always want words on the
Like,
screen.
what are we watching? Facebook memes up there?
Yeah, I am. Everything is just one long stream of consciousness of memes now, and that's what I needed
Yeah.
in. I want 2 hour memes here, Jim.
I live my life 3 frames at a time, and it's got to have really inspirational words on it all the time.
I live 60 frames per second, and every one of those seconds has writing on it.
Yeah. And I scroll through them, but instead of like with a wheel or my phone, it's through time.
Yeah, man,
That's what movies really are.
that's how it speaks to me. What a time to be alive. I know you alluded to it a little bit before, Jim, but I think we can fully dive into it now. I'm very curious to see about this box office return.
Numbers, dates, numbers, dates, array, dates, numbers. Show me the money.
All right, so I've made a pretty fatal mistake here.
Okay, what's the fatal mistake? Yeah, you didn't have anything queued up, ready to go.
No, I did, and then I got distracted by Niha 2 or Niza 2.
That will do it. You got distracted in the old Niza 2 gamble.
Yeah, 2.2 billion international, by the way, with
Happens to
no
all
like
of us.
very little U.S. return, which is
Yeah.
crazy.
And you know what's hilarious is that they didn't nominate it for Best Animated Feature at the Globes or any award ceremonies yet.
Well, yeah, because I mean, like, Hollywood is so far up its own ass at this point, dude. They like if you made an animated movie about Hollywood, it would get like 15 nominations. They're like a movie about us. We love it.
Outrageous. I know they can't help themselves. Even though I loved the show, they gave the awards to the studio last night, and it was like, man, they just love movies about making movies.
Yeah, and they love patting themselves on the back about like, oh my god, aren't we all so crazy? I hate them all, dude.
Look at how meta we are. We're having a good time.
Yeah, right. We can laugh at ourselves. That's the important thing,
Yeah.
Not the fact that we're cartoonishly silly in real life. It's not that's the problem. We can laugh at ourselves. That's a plus.
Yep.
But anyway, so I've rebounded here. I've gotten back on track. These are two still an incredible run, but we're not talking about that tonight. Tonight we're talking about The Grudge.
Let's hear it.
Which opens the weekend of October 22nd through the 28th.
Our final, I think that might be more than 3 days.
Yeah.
Our final,
We haven't quite rebounded. Give me a second.
Yeah. Our final run in this weekend of movies. We started with, where did we start? What was the low ranking movie that we watched? The Machinist, right?
Yeah, The Machinist was the low one. Then it was Sideways.
Surviving Christmas.
Surviving Christmas.
And now The Grudge.
Some reason.
What a whirlwind weekend at the cinema. What a time.
Yeah.
Something for everybody.
Yeah, I mean a little something for everybody, right? You know, what else is October 22nd for if it's not for a little something for everybody?
A little something
For, you
for
know,
everybody.
Christmas movies
Yeah,
and Oscar bait movies.
you're too early Christmas. You're right on the money Halloween. You're Oscar bait, and whatever the machinist was trying to be.
Yeah. I think it was trying to be a thriller, but it wasn't very thrilling in the end. But anyway, The Grudge feels a lot more at home in this weekend, the 22nd through the 24th. It's a horror movie. It's coming out the week before Halloween. It's like we finally found some stable ground here.
Oh yeah,
And it is going to open number one
yes.
with $39.2 million.
It's been
And that is against a $10 million budget is what I looked up.
Oh yeah. See, that's always the saving grace with horror movies is like they're much more able to get away with kind of being shitty movies because they're made for like $9 million. So like as long as you can have a good trailer that's gonna get people's asses in the seats for opening weekend, like you're like, we got him, baby.
Yeah, you got the head coming out of Sarah Michelle Gellar's, the hand coming out of her head in the shower, and
Yeah,
it's like
you want another pass at that sentence?
Yeah, the hand coming out of her head in the shower.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that was the trailer, and that pretty much that put enough asses in the seats, enough to put The Grudge in the number 38 spot on our list of movies here, just behind 51st Date's 39.8 opening weekend, but ahead of Cat in the Hat's 38.3.
Wow, just narrowly beating out Cat in the Hat.
Narrowly beating out.
But that's where the budget really comes into play because you only spend $10 million making The Grudge.
Yeah, whereas I don't even remember, nor do I want to remember the monstrosity of money that was spent on the Cat in the Hat.
Yeah, we're gonna move into weekend two. 44.2% drop down to 21.8 million. Holds first place for Halloween weekend though.
And I mean, for a horror movie, that's a solid drop. Like usually second week drops for horror movies are substantial. With this, I imagine this is what the Halloween weekend, right? Like Halloween falls over the weekend.
This is the 29th through the 31st. Halloween's a Sunday. And the interesting thing here, there is one other horror movie that opens this weekend that does not supplant The Grudge as the first movie here.
That we will have to do all 11,000 of its sequels. And
eventually. It sounds like you know which one it is.
Seesaw.
Yeah, just Saw, but just Saw.
Yeah,
and it's interesting because, like, it's crazy to think that The Grudge would, like, the second week of The Grudge would ever beat Saw. But, like, nobody really knew what this was back then, right?
Yeah, this was really, like, a small horror movie that didn't really know if it was going to find an audience or anything. So, like, this one, especially the first one, is a huge gamble. One that obviously pays off because we get a Saw movie every year for like the next 9 years that Ryan dragged me to every midnight screening, making me want to drag my fucking head across the wall.
They definitely stopped making Grudge movies a lot sooner than they stopped making Saw movies. That's for sure.
Yeah. Saw would go on to be an institution, and The Grudge would just pitter away.
All right. Well, yeah. I mean, there's nothing really else to talk about in weekend two. Then I mean, Saw versus The Grudge. Weekend three, The Grudge is going to drop down to third place. 41.9% drop down to 12.7 million.
That's it. That's actually still also not like you would think the week after Halloween. Now we're into Christmas time and holiday season that like that the horror movies would just crater, but it's again not a horrible hold.
Yeah, not bad. I mean, first week in November, there's really like it's pretty top heavy here, and I don't want to say exactly for what movie just yet. It's one we'll be doing in a couple weeks.
Oh, okay.
Never mind. I was going to make a bad joke about the name, but that would have given it away. Weekend four, The Grudge is going to drop another 44.7%, down to $7 million, all the way down in 7th place.
Gonna get to 5 weeks. It's been like right around 44, 45 every week, that drop, right?
Yeah, like in the low 40s is what
consistent.
we've seen.
Consistency.
45.6% drop going into weekend 5, down to 3.8 million in 8th place.
Oh,
it's in the top 10 all the way up to November 21st. Like this movie's doing something right.
Yeah, did something right at least.
And then finally in weekend 6, another 48.8%, down to just a little bit under 2 million, down in 12th place.
And all right, so in the last 5 weeks in the top 10, joined some other notable movies like Scary Movie, Jurassic Park 3, A Knight's Tale, Too Fast, Too Furious, and the only other horror movie actually in this 5-week club, Resident Evil Apocalypse.
It's crazy to think that people call that movie the same genre as this movie. Resident Evil 2 is like barely a horror movie.
Yeah, that's like the most absurd, silly action movie. That's really the start of where they tried to just turn Resident Evil into just a full-on action franchise too, right? Because I feel like the first one had moments of horror in it.
Yeah, the first one was like more claustrophobic, which I think this movie like is similar to The Grudge and is like a very common horror thing. The Resident Evil 2 is just, it's a little off the rails. It's like, then they have that one scene that's kind of like Iran right now, where like Umbrella is just like unloading on the crowds.
You got Mike Epps like pulling out like large ass pistols, like firing at the
right.
Like, this
driving like in cars, like it's not a horror movie. Yeah, it's not. If Mike Epps is in it, it's already looking bad for it to be a horror movie.
Totals?
Yeah, so some totals. Domestically, it's going to finish with 110, let's say 0.4 million.
Oh, it's blockbuster status.
Yeah.
All right.
International, another 76.9 million.
I'm very curious. Before you give me that worldwide, are you able to see internationally what it did in Japan? I'm curious if they were at all interested, considering this is a remake of a Japanese movie, or if they were just like, nah, fuck you, like, nice try.
It made 2.7 million in Japan, which, like, I don't know. I would guess that's pretty high for, like, a lot of the movies we've done.
Yeah, I mean, we don't really have much to compare it to because we haven't done many of them, but that sounds good. Decent. Coming from one market.
And then, yeah, it does well in Europe, which is, like, the trend we've seen. Like, these movies that do pretty well internationally, they just make, like, a decent sum in each of the European countries you can probably name off the top of your head.
Jim, I'm from America. I can't name any European countries off the top of my head.
Shut up. Yes, you can. You're not that dumb. You couldn't name their capitals, but you could name them.
Please. I can't name the countries, but I can name the capitals.
Ah, yeah, okay.
Reverse autism, by the way.
Sure.
All right, so the worldwide.
Yeah, the worldwide total was 187 million and some change, which is like really good against a $10 billion budget. It's why there's a Grudge 2 like not too long after this.
Yeah, that's a slam dunk right there. That's everyone shaking their goddamn hands to get around the room right now, being like, "Boys, we did it. We showed those Japanese how to make a horror movie."
Yeah, we showed. The movie they made didn't make that much money. Now did it?
Right? We wouldn't even let them release it over here. We showed them. Too bad the same can't be said critically. 41% from the critics, a 46 from the audience, a 5.9 from IMDb, and Jim, I think it's the first time. I think it's the first time we're ever getting it. An F cinema score.
Whoa, that's nuts.
Yeah. Sorry, Grudge.
People really didn't like that.
Yeah, you fail, sir. Back to the line. Damn. That's a shame. You hate to see it. But we have some user reviews, Jim. Perhaps we do. Perhaps they felt differently. Let's check in with them. We got a 1-star here, and they write, "Well, what can I say about the movie? It was the dumbest movie. It was even worse than that Village movie. I would not recommend it. It wasn't even scary or anything like it was supposed to be. This was supposed to be scary. When I went, it was so packed because it was supposed to be so good. And at the scary parts, everyone laughed because it was so fake. What the heck? You know what this was? It was gay. Oh, guy.
Oh,
2004, striking hard, baby.
You can't say that.
Oh, my friend. The plot was dumb too. And what's up with the Japanese people in it?
Oh boy. Okay.
It was a waste of money, I can tell you that. It could have been a lot better if it was actually realistic, which it wasn't. I wonder how many people liked it. I couldn't tell because I fell asleep after 10 minutes. It was so boring.
Oh boy. I'll never understand the people. First of all, the what's with all the Japanese people comment is insane.
It's like the movie starts and it takes place in Tokyo. Why are you questioning why there's Japanese people?
Right.
He's like,
Right.
Tokyo?
And it's like the aesthetic is like a huge part of it. Like, it's but then also like you're watching a movie about a violent curse. Why would you ever expect it to be realistic? You know what I mean? What are you talking about? It's a movie about made up fantasy bullshit.
Like, oh my God. He's like, listen, I can handle some of that fantasy stuff, but what I can't get over are Japanese people. I just don't know what that's about, man.
Yeah, for one thing, the Japanese people, and also, do they even understand how curses work?
Yeah, right?
Doesn't make any sense.
Amazing. What's up with the Japanese people? I thought we got rid of those guys back in W2. Are they still around? What?
Yeah. My grandpappy didn't go over there for this.
Just for them to be leveling curses all willy-nilly. We got another 1-star here, Jim. And they posit a scenario for you here, Jim.
Oh, I bet they do.
He writes, imagine that you were asked by your date what movie you wanted to see, and you remember seeing a rather intriguing trailer called The Grudge. So in good faith, you recommend seeing that movie. It is the Halloween season after all, and it did bofo box office this past weekend. So it must be pretty good. Was that a saying in the 2004? Can I get a ruling on that? Bofo?
So it's Bafo, first of all.
Bafo?
And it was not a saying in 2004. The only way I know the word Bafo is from like there's in the movie from like 1956 White Christmas. There's like a string of headlines from newspapers that's like Big Crosby, Bafo acts. Like, you know what I mean?
It means it did well.
I suppose. I think it just means it's like a hit, like whether that's just because people like it or because it made a lot of money, it's like it's Bafo.
This guy's dating himself pretty hard here. And
yeah, nobody said it in 2004, though.
And it did bofo box office this past weekend, so it must be pretty good. And now imagine you're actually in a state of shock when the movie ends the way it does, and you hear yourself audibly saying, that can't be the end of the movie. But alas, it is. And imagine coming out of the movie theater being embarrassed and ashamed for recommending such a dog of a movie. You think that your date thinks you're a bonehead for suggesting such an atrocity, and your suggestion will certainly end a promising relationship. Well, actually,
oh my God.
It was so bad that both of us cracked up laughing at how bad it was. I see no future for Miss Geller in the movies and suggest that she sticks to television. Actually, it won't be long before she is co-signed to flea market conventions selling Buffy memorabilia, and it can't happen soon enough, if you ask me. Horrible, horrible, horrible. The plot didn't make sense. Continuity was terrible. It's apparent that the whole ending was contrived to have a Grudge 2 Return of the Catboy.
First of all, Return of the Catboy, book it. Great title. I think this guy might have anxiety issues. It sounds like he's putting a lot of pressure on himself in this first date.
Yeah,
it
really
sounds
needs to perform here.
Yeah, it's okay if you didn't pick a good movie. It's not, it's not a reflection on you. She probably also saw the trailer. It's gonna be okay, man.
Just sitting in the car after this movie, he's like, I can't believe I would suggest such a movie. He's like, I would just kill myself after this.
Yeah, right. It's like, it's kind of refreshing to go back to a time before they blamed women, Like in 2026, he would be like on a message board being like, The Grudge 2 is like it needs to be the best movie ever. I love The Grudge 1 and it's her fault.
And I will never forgive Sarah Michelle Gellar for doing this to me.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Oh man, that's so funny. Oh man, oh man. One last oneer for you?
Sure, why not?
All right. Let me hit you with it. They write. I watched this movie last night and woke up this morning thinking there is nothing I can do to get me back those 2 hours of eyesore, but I will feel a bit better if I can warn other potential victims. So here I am. Absolutely silly from beginning to end. Being a fan of scary movies, I think I have seen them all, but this is by far the worst. What was the director thinking about? And I just saw Sarah Michael, whatever her other name is, come to London to promote that movie. I feel sorry for her. I would be embarrassed to go into a private viewing of this movie if I had been on it. From the very beginning, this ridiculous figure silhouette stain appearing chasing people was so bizarre. And what's with Sarah M washing her hair and getting some weird sort of bars coming out of the back of her head? What on earth has that to do with a dead person haunting the house? At the end, you can imagine what is supposed to be happening thanks to the third restatement of the opening thought. Dreadful, dreadful. Acting was so poor. Perhaps the leading lady has done so much vampire hunting that she could not put on a credible face, projecting fear or surprise. I can only think that this was created on the basis of some oriental approach to thrillers unknown to the Western Hemisphere.
Oh my gosh. Oriental is insane. That's the craziest way you could put that.
She ends with simply, what a huge fiasco.
I don't know, TJ. What do you think the opening statement was?
I don't know. I couldn't. Sarah Michael, whatever her name is.
Yeah, right. She just kept repeating it. I don't even know. I don't know what they were talking about through like most of that.
Way too many themes stated in this movie for my taste.
Yeah, the opening statement. They repeated it 3 times.
And listen, things happen to her in the shower. What's that about? Plot?
Yeah. Also, it's this lady's fault for turning the subtitles on. I might have just missed the opening statement altogether because I wasn't reading anything in this movie. I was just listening. The only lines of dialogue in this entire movie is just the theme stated. Yeah.
They just say it in different ways every time. It's a wonderous form.
It's their time up there.
It's our time down here. Down here is our time.
It's our time.
It's just that for 97 minutes.
I would watch it.
I would take it. Jim, a few tenors for you. See if the people on the other side of the aisle.
Oh boy. I'm sure they're just as grounded here. They're definitely not going to be like caught up in the hype of the moment at all.
That doesn't sound like the tenors at all to me. Our first tenor writes, I can't even find the words to explain how scary this movie was.
Oh.
I've never done any more than jump a little when something flashed across the screen. But this movie had me shaken and pressed in my seat. One of the girls I was with went to the bathroom and didn't come back for the rest of the movie after seeing one scene. The girl's face is the scariest thing I've ever witnessed in my life. If anyone called me right now and started with that noise she makes, I think I'd be traumatized for life. Everything they did in this movie was, dare I say, even if you know something is coming, it still scares the heck out of you. This makes The Ring look like a Disney movie.
Oh, God.
Just a little bit of hyperbole in there, I think.
Yeah, this feels like an ad, honestly, more than anything else.
And also, dude, like, way to give yourself away. I'm sure it was one of the girls who went to the bathroom and didn't come back, and not you.
Yeah, totally my friend. She goes to a different school. You wouldn't know her.
Yeah, you wouldn't know her, man. She totally went to the bathroom because she just couldn't take it, man. What a pussy. I'm a man. I made it the whole movie. It's great. From Ashti Man in his 10 out of 10 wants you to know it's a good movie, so stop your crying. He writes, So I'm reading through the comments on The Grudge one day, and I swear I'm looking at reviews for The Godfather Part 4. This movie was never intended to be solid and plot hole free. It was never intended to win Oscars or become the next Exorcist phenomenon.
Yes.
It was made to give everyone a little scare for Halloween. I always wonder why these people who hate the movie so much can still find the time to write 1,000 words about it. I thought it was what it was, and it did a good job at that. I was impressed that it could keep the tension up for the entire hour and a half, and I think that some of the scares were the best I've seen in a long time. Some people hated it, said they laughed at it. Well, nobody will ever make a movie that scares everyone. Let me tell you, it's impossible. I am much more likely to be freaked out by ghost movies than I ever will by a stalker movie. A lot of people feel the exact opposite. I'm not going to say The Grudge was the best horror movie of all time, but I will say that if you're one to be more frightened by the supernatural than the knife-wielding psychopath, then there's a good chance that you'll find this movie frightening and very entertaining. I did. And for all you self-proclaimed horror movie geniuses who rip all these movies with your tough guy I ain't scared of nothing attitudes, stop your crap. Now that's a man who knows how to state a theme.
Yeah, that guy. Yep, that guy. He repeated it twice. Then the second one had really great effect. Honestly,
stop your whining. Think you know everything about horror movies?
Yeah. One of my favorite 10-star review tropes is when they're like, "Listen, this movie's not supposed to be good." It gets me every time. They're like.
You wanted something well thought out and meaningful? This ain't the place, buddy.
Yeah, they're like, this movie stinks on ice, but I was expecting that, and you're an idiot for not expecting it. 10 out of 10. Like, you went in hoping I feel like you could give it like a 6. I don't know. Like,
you went in looking for a movie to revitalize you, idiot.
Yeah. It's just the 10 out of 10 that gets me, man. It's so funny.
They do it. They love to merchandise. It's just. I love to see it every time.
Because that's not a 10-star review. Like, you're just like, you're an apologist for why it's not a 10-star movie, like, the whole time. And then you're just like, 10 stars. It's so silly.
Man, you gotta love them. One last tenor for you here, Jim.
Uh-huh.
And they write, I admit, the movie starts off a little slow. And at first you aren't sure whether you're watching a poorly attempted comedy or a horror film. About 10 minutes in, though, you get your answer and are glad you donated your time and hard-earned cash to see this movie. The acting can be a little underwhelming at times, but the script and style of the film more than make up for it. Like The Sixth Sense, this movie does not rely on blood and gore to achieve its scares, but instead uses more subtle psychological scares. This storytelling style reminds me of Memento and is very well done. You are unsure what exactly has occurred and why until the last few minutes of the movie. For anyone who needs a good, thought-provoking scare in the vein of The Sixth Sense and Memento, this is the movie for you.
Oh, okay.
Sure. I think the 10 out of 10 star guy would have something to say about that, but sure. You were looking for thought-provoking Memento-style horror?
Yeah.
Idiot.
Well, I will say that while on its face, Memento is a pretty ridiculous comparison, and Memento is probably a way better movie, I do get what that last guy's saying, because I do think that it does pull off something similar to some extent, you know?
Well, yeah, it's going more for, like, atmospheric than straight-up gore.
Yeah, right, but it's also like playing like fast and loose with like what time is. You know what I mean?
It's playing fast and loose, all right.
Yeah.
Any sweet theories before we dive into this bad boy? Anyone on the message boards?
You know what?
Got any thoughts to say about The Grudge?
Cut this part out because I forgot to look this week.
No, I won't do nothing about cutting nobody, my friend.
I know you never edit anything out.
I'm gonna vamp like only I know how.
Yeah,
that's how Bobby Boucher does.
Every week you're like, God, it's gonna take me so long to edit this, and then like I listen to it and it's literally not edited whatsoever. It's just a raw copy.
We're here for a raw, unfiltered. We're here for the raw, unfiltered process here.
Like, I'm not even sure you listened to it before you put it up.
I just lived it, Jim. I know what I gotta cut, what I gotta deal with. I keep it all up here in the noggin. Because that's just what I do. That's the type of guy I am. I can't imagine
Yeah.
that there's any theories for this. And if there are, it would be absolutely absurd.
Well, hold on. So I think this is about the actual Japanese movie. So yeah, I don't know.
No,
We're
yeah,
not gonna
no,
really be able to do this.
I don't think anyone's going deep in on the American version because I think we could all collectively agree it's not worth spending that much time on.
Yeah, agreed.
Obviously, that buries the lead a little bit. Let's say, how did you feel about The Grudge?
I kind of like this movie, man.
Oh my god! I knew watching it he was gonna be legit. I'm like, Jim's gonna like this.
So there was a couple of things about it that I thought were really amazing.
Okay, let's hear them.
For one, it just leans into the idea that it's trying to make you feel uneasy, which I think is the only thing horror movies ever need to accomplish for me. And I never at any point feel like anyone is safe, ever. Like, anytime someone's on camera, I know something horrific is about to happen to them. You know what I mean? There's never a point where they, like, stop and take a breath. The closest thing is when Sarah Michelle Gellar looks into what the story behind it is for maybe 3 minutes of screen time. And then it just goes right back to, oh my god, this person's about to get horrifically murdered. So I think it succeeds at that. And then I think maybe the most impressive thing in a horror movie, there's so little exposition about what happened with Bill Pullman. You know, they very easily could have had somebody tell her that whole story or, you know, allude to it somewhere else in the movie. And they were just like, yeah, you know what? Actually, what we're going to do is about like an hour and 10 minutes in, we're just going to play the whole thing on screen. And Sarah Michelle Gellar is just going to watch. And it was awesome.
We'll give them credit for just finding ways to be like, we're going to explain like as little as possible.
Yeah.
It's like good. Just roll, like pretty much just roll right through it.
Yeah, we're just never going to explain anything. We're just going to show you a series of people like eating breakfast, and then you know they're going to die within 5 minutes. It's amazingly executed. You know, it's just really impressive.
Yeah, it's fast and loose. Like there's pros and cons to that. Because like the pro obviously is, I think the way that they do her like learning the little bit that you need to for like what happened is good. Because like it's just like, yes, put her back into the mind space of it so we see it as she sees it. So we pick that up because we don't want to listen to someone tell the story of that. The inverse bad to that is them being like, us not explaining anything makes this whole movie feel like it's just going off of vibes. And there's like literally not any like moment. Like the whole time I'm spent saying, I'm like, so wait, so the ghost can just like leave the house, like, oh, so it can just terrorize and do all I
well,
just
it
like
left, it left through the phone.
like yeah, like it's just like they're just like the rule. I feel like the inverse to it is that they were like to that effect. They're like, all right, well, what are the rules that we'll set for like the horror logic? And they were like, fuck you. We don't need that
yeah, right,
like,
right.
And it was like, well, no, guys, like there needs to be something here. There's got to be at least some groundwork. Like the dude's just watching a videotape of something at like the precinct, and then like the girl's just on the TV staring at him. It's like, what are we doing here?
Well, she was staring at the security camera, I think. I don't know that she was looking at him per se. But that was the thing that like pointed him like, I gotta go burn this place down. And then that's when he really gets in the thick of it. You know what I mean?
It's just like, can we just get a little structure here? Because even like the sister, it was just like the sister never stepped. Do we even ever see the sister step foot in the house or anything? Like it was almost like the thing.
Yeah, you do.
Just like, do we?
Yeah, she's there when they move in, like when they're first seeing
Oh,
it.
yes, when they first show them first move in.
Yeah, she's totally there.
You're right,
yeah,
she does walk in there at the first.
Yeah, and that's why this movie works so well for me is because every other horror movie between 2004 and now spends so much goddamn time trying to explain to me what the rules are, and it's irrelevant. It does not matter whatsoever.
I would agree that in movies today, they have a really bad habit of trying to do too much and pad the runtime out too much in their explaining there needs to be like there's got to be a healthy middle ground here where we can at least get some semblance of a rule, but let's not take fucking like a 30-minute act one to explain that and get that set up. We don't need to do that. But maybe at least some building block of an idea there. It doesn't even need to be overt. You could still find a way to just do it through the scene work, but at least something.
Well, that's the beauty of this movie, though, is they do that and it is overt. They just put one sentence on the screen in the beginning and they're like, listen, when people die violently, it creates a curse. And that's bad. And then people go there and they die. And that's all I need to know. You know what I mean? Like, what else do I need to know about this curse? I don't need to know, like, all, like, the intricate details of, like, how they kill people or why. It's just like, look, the place is cursed. Good enough for me, you know?
It's something. Sarah Michelle Gellar in this.
She's pretty terrible. she's
just there.
She's tough to watch. Yeah,
it is wild to me that anyone would see like how much of just like good she is at being like just like a kick-ass like fat like female protagonist in Buffy and be like, let's put her in a movie where she has to be like devoid of all personality for like,
right.
Like we just like let's put her here and all we want her to do is just look shocked and terrified for like the every scene that she's in.
And right, like, she's not gonna like karate kick the ghost.
And it was like there really wasn't like anyone else you could get to do this. Like you had to like take poor Buffy and put her in this and be like to do this.
Well, yeah, but does this movie make $190 million if Buffy's not in it in 2004?
I don't know. Do we is Buffy that much of a draw?
I think she would have been compared to like who are you talking about putting in it?
I don't know. All right, who's our star of 2004 on the ladies' side?
Kirsten Dunst. She's still around, right?
Yeah, Kirsten Dunst's still around.
Michelle Rodriguez.
I don't know if it's so much worse with Michelle Rodriguez. Yeah, I think that might be even worse than putting Sarah Michelle Gellar in it.
Right.
Michelle Rodriguez just straight up fist fighting the like ghost child every time he shows up.
I don't know. I guess Julia Roberts is still around. Nicole Kidman's pretty big in 2004.
We're going way too big. Way too big.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like that's like those obviously aren't the people you mean. So who do you mean?
I feel like I think in this, especially for horror movies, I don't think the name brand pulls in like anyone for a horror movie at all. I feel like you really could just put anybody in this movie, and I don't think the draw was Sarah Michelle Gellar. I think the draw is just a good trailer and it's a horror movie and people want to see horror movies.
Yeah, I think that's a lot of it. I just think that, you know, like if that's where your head's at, you're already 90% of the way there. The other 10% for a lot of people is like, oh yeah, you know, Buffy. I love Buffy. Like, I'll go check out that movie. Like, why not?
Anyone watched the trailer and was just like, President? Independence Day? All right, I'll go see it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe
for a brand total of 2 scenes.
It seems like she's doing a little bit of heavy lifting here for me. Like it's got to be, if it's just some nondescript like person as the lead, I don't know that it makes $190 million. It still probably does well, but
maybe it might be the difference between like the last few million that it does. But I don't know. I mean, she already feels like a completely nondescript person in this movie. Like,
yeah. Well, right. Nobody's leaving it being like, you know what? I can't wait till the next Sarah Michelle Gellar movie. I'm just saying there was a very brief moment in time where you could have got some people with that, you know?
That's fair. It's fair. Yeah, and if there was ever a time, it would be like, all right, as Buffy is ending, and we were figuring out like where are we going to put her next.
Right, exactly.
I got her. You saw her as the kick-ass protagonist. Now watch as she cowers in fear.
Yeah, watch as she has little to no agency throughout most of this
entire movie,
and no recourse really to stop this ghost whatsoever.
Watch as the only thing she does is flick a lighter.
Yeah.
To only find out in the next scene that they just stop the fire almost immediately.
Yeah. Right. They saved the house, which I did like that. I did like that, where they were like, it's like, oh, you don't know what you did, man. You shouldn't have saved that house. But, no, I mean, like, I'm dangerously close to the 10-star review that was like, this movie is just a horror movie, 10 stars out of 10, you know? But like, it's probably not even a Dr. Dolittle 2 award movie, but it's similar to The Manchurian Candidate for me, where I wasn't expecting to like it at all, and it was way better than I was expecting. Like, at least for The Manchurian Candidate, that first like hour or so when it feels like a horror movie. Like, I like the horror parts of this. I like that there was like constantly tension building and very rarely actually releasing, you know?
No, I think it does very well at times. Some certain like tension has like some decent moments of jump scares in it. I like their use of lighting, especially in the scene where like show her going between into the past and then like back into the house. Like the use of lighting in that scene is like really good. And like even though this movie like left a lot to be desired, like overall as a movie, that one specific scene of like lighting work right there is better than any like Netflix original movie because they have zero idea how to light a scene for anything. They just overlight the fucking shit out of it. So like just that alone, I was just like respect.
Yeah.
I was like, man, remember when we used to know how to light things?
Right, when movies used to be like an art form.
Yeah. Now we just want you consume.
Yeah. But no, and also those ghosts were scary, dude. They were, I mean, like, I'm not gonna have like nightmares about them tonight, but in the moment they were definitely like creepy looking, you know?
Girl, the mom one creeped me out way more than the boy one. The little boy was just kind of like goofy to me every time he showed up. It was just like, why is this kid's just like ashy? It was like someone dust this kid off.
What about when the sister was like riding the elevator and the kid was like popping up like as she was going floor to floor?
That was a cool shot.
That freaked me out.
That shot was cool. That like every floor she went on, like he was just there. Like that was like pretty inventive. I thought that.
Yeah, and then the third one, like his face was like right up against the glass, you know, like. Yeah. I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah, no, it had its moments. Like, and as far as like horror movies go, I've seen way worse. I don't know that like I was like completely invested at all throughout the movie. Like, it didn't really make me like care for anybody within the movie. Like, I didn't really give a shit if Sarah Michelle Gellar lived or died in this movie. Like, she's so nondescript as a person. But like, no. But as far as like building blocks of tension that you want in horror scenes. It's pretty effective at times, and it has like 2 or 3 like pretty solid ones in there.
Yeah, it did a thing that I think is maybe the only way you can avoid having to make me care about the characters, which is make them do something that's relatable enough and is already in the back of my head that it's a little bit creepy. You know what I mean? Like when I take a shower at night and no one's home, you know what I mean? Like there's always like that little voice. Am I the only one like in the back of your head that's like, man, I'm really vulnerable right now? Like,
I'm not a night shower guy.
Yeah.
I don't.
But like,
you take night showers a lot?
No, I mean sometimes, but like I'm just saying, like there's moments like, have you ever been like alone at work late at night?
Yes. Yeah.
And like, you know, like if you like heard a noise or something, you know what I mean? Like it puts me in enough situations that I can relate to regardless of if I care about the character that's on the screen, that I already am a little bit like
on edge.
Concerned about, like on edge about, and then they make them like they push them to the like part where it's like, you should be, you know, like that's where I think it succeeds really well, and that's maybe the only way you can get away with not making me care about the characters, and I think it only works in horror too.
Or even like having personalities for characters. Like, do we learn anything about Sarah Michelle Gellar other than that like she has a boyfriend?
No. Does she even have a boyfriend? Were they dating?
Weren't they dating?
I don't know. Were they?
I mean, if not, then
did they put labels on it?
You died for nothing, bro. You didn't even get that strange. You're just getting killed by some ghost.
Well, no. He was definitely getting some in the beginning.
I was gonna say they were making out in the beginning.
Yeah. I'm not saying he's in the friend zone. I'm just saying, like, who knows what the status of their relationship was, you know?
She was pinning his ass to the bed. I was like, damn, Tokyo was a good idea.
It's complicated, dude.
No. That's the movie with Meryl Streep and Alec Baldwin.
Yeah. Who followed who to Japan, you think?
Well, he definitely followed her.
Because what was he doing? He was working at like a sushi place, right?
Well, yeah, I don't know.
Or like a little cafe.
Listen, man, I would also follow Sarah Michelle Gellar to Tokyo.
I guess not that version of Sarah Michelle Gellar for
No,
Buffy.
yeah, Buffy version of Sarah Michelle Gellar. Yeah, absolutely. Daphne,
not
Daphne
for the
version,
like,
absolutely. Yeah, no, not this bland milk
right,
toast.
right. She's like a home nurse in Japan. Which again, why did you go all the way over there to do that? It feels like that's something you could have did in the U.S. Yeah,
could have done that anywhere. Also, like,
odd choice.
I don't even think they want you out there doing that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess somebody's got to watch the English-speaking homes. Like, I was fine with Bill Pullman because they did enough. Like, okay, he's like a professor. Maybe he's like an English professor in Japan. That's a thing I've heard of people doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I come there to like teach English.
Yeah, right. I was fine with that. You know, like you didn't need to explain that anymore. But for the two of them, it was just like, why are they here? Like, they're so unbelievably out of place. Like when you watch Tokyo Vice, the whole show is about how out of place they are. You know what I mean? Like how they do not belong. How the Japanese really know how to close the ranks, guys. Like, why are you here?
For this one, they're like, nah, they're cool. That's just the white couple that lives next door.
Yeah.
They've been here for months. They just like Tokyo. I like that we put like so many people in this movie that really like there was a lot of named people in this movie for having like maybe 5 minutes of screen time apiece. Like the chick from The Faculty is in it as like his daughter and gets like 3 scenes before she's already like brutally murdered. Clea Duvall, I think her name is.
Yeah. She was pretty good in this.
Fucking Sam Raimi's brother is like the dude setting her up at the house. It was like, what the fuck? Like when he showed up, I was like, is it Sam Raimi's brother? Like, what the fuck is he doing here?
Yeah, of course it is. He gets got by Yoko in the end.
Oh yeah, Yoko. All I was just laughing is like when he said when like she was over there and he was like Yoko. I was just picturing like if she turned around, he just went, "Oh no."
Oh boy, that's brutal.
I'll be here all week, baby.
That one's brutal, dude.
Opening up my residency now. I'll be doing a tight 5. Jokes like that abound.
I bet. I bet. I can't wait. So you'll have to tell me how it goes.
Oh, I'll save you a reserve seat right up front. You'll love it.
Yep. Yeah. Just like save loosely. You don't got to save it. You know, if I can make it.
I'm gonna take this tight 5 and I'm gonna start you doing it in Japan first. I'm gonna pick it out in Tokyo. See how it goes. If Sarah Michelle Gellar can find a place out there, I think I could do okay.
Yeah, I think you're probably pull it off. Yeah. They definitely would respect and love you.
Yeah, tight 5 tight 5 in the Grudge house. I'd be beloved.
You know the trick. You just got to go play those like Plinko machines every day. They love those Plinko machines.
Big fans. Big fans. Those are fun machines. Is there anything we haven't touched on that you feel worth bringing up?
Not really. It's like I thought that a lot of the horror stuff was good, but for the most part, it's like pretty lacking overall. So
yeah, a lot of fun horror elements. Everything else leaves much to be desired. What do you think? How do you think the Raj felt about The Grudge? You think the Raj is a big horror guy?
This is the most unpleasant movie to look at that I can remember. Gene, I sat there appalled. They put almost nothing on the screen.
There ain't no way.
Yeah, you didn't have to wait. You had that locked and loaded, ready to go. Raj, 1 out of 4 here, Jim. Right on the money from the Raj. I'm not sure how most of the scenes fit into the movie. I do, however, understand the underlying premise. There is a haunted house, and everybody who enters it will have unspeakable things happen to them.
Yeah. That's exactly it, Raj. Who knows what it means? But that's what it means.
Oh, Raj, not far off. All right, Jim, what say ye? Final rating for the Grudge.
I would give this a 3 out of 5. I would definitely watch it again. Because just for the vibe of it, like, and we've said this about a lot of horror movies, like, it nails the vibe in a way, but then doesn't try to be like more clever than it is, which I feel like was where a lot of them go wrong. Like they try to be like, no, it wasn't all about the vibe. See, we had this whole convoluted thing happening the whole time. And this movie's like, nah, it was just about the vibe. Like, house didn't burn down. Maybe we'll make another one. Like,
you're here for the vibe. We're here for the vibe. Maybe we round up for another pony if we get enough money. That's fair. I would go just below that. I would give this movie a 2-star. I think the atmospheric tension in this movie is very well done. But everything from like an actual story level is just like brutal to get through. With a 3 from you and a 2 from me, gonna give us an overall score of 5 here, Jim. And we got some fivers to do battle with. Let's divvy them up. I think this is going to be a round of battles where we are going to differ very heavily in opinion here. But we'll start with our first battle. Do you take The Grudge or Primer?
Primer.
I would take Primer also. Maybe we aren't so far off. Yeah, I would take Primer also. Do we take The Grudge or The Bourne Supremacy?
The Grudge. Fuck The Bourne Supremacy. That movie sucked.
You're crazy. I would take The Bourne Supremacy.
That movie sucks so bad. I hated
absurd.
that
That's
movie.
absurd. Do we take The Grudge or Scary Movie?
The Grudge.
Also crazy. Scary Movie. Do we take The Grudge or 50 First Dates?
Man, 50 First Dates is a better horror movie. I'll take 50 First Dates.
I would also take 50 First Dates. The Grudge or X2, X-Men United?
X2, X-Men United.
Samesies. We also got, The Grudge or Ice Age?
Ice Age.
I would take Ice Age also. And the king of the fives, The Grudge or Pokemon the first movie?
Pokemon the first movie.
Yeah. Yep. There we go. All right. So actually not so far off.
Yeah, pretty on point.
Yeah.
What did you think? I was gonna say pick The Grudge over Primer, or which one?
I honestly thought you were going to take The Grudge over a decent amount of these movies in here.
Nah.
Mostly.
I mean, like, I probably sounded like I liked it a lot more than I did. Like, I did like it, but it wasn't even a Dr. Dolittle 2 award winner for me. Like, it needs a little bit more juice to even be that, you know? So
I mean, you didn't give it the 4-star award, so that tracks.
Right. Like, if I gave it 4 stars, I would say it beat everything. Because that's my favorite score to give. But 3 out of 5 is like, I'm kind of like lukewarm on it.
Yeah. So it's milk toast. All right. So that's a decent spot for it to be in there in the 5s. Join your boys. Now, Jim, we finally once again turn our attention to a new week in the box office here. So now we're moving on to the next week, which is the Halloween weekend for 2004. You said was that what, October 30th is the Friday?
The 29th is the Friday.
The 29th is the Friday. All right. So we got a bunch of movies now on deck here for us to do. Let's figure out now what we will be watching as part of this weekend. Now we know Saw is on the board because that is the movie I saw that weekend with Ryan. So Saw is on the board. We know we're doing Saw. I know you're absolutely going to hate it, but I think we have to do the music biopic, Ray.
Yeah, we definitely need to do the music biopic, Ray. And I'm at least going to be able to get some things off my chest, because musical biopics are the worst movie genre, like hands down the worst movie genre. And I cannot wait to sound off about Ray.
I remember a few weeks ago you said you had some thoughts and you're holding them off. So this will be the episode to truly let your freak flag fly.
Yeah, man, I really hate those kinds of movies. They're all so bad. They follow such a cookie cutter formula where it's like, hey, remember that song you liked? Here's him playing it in a wife beater. Like, this is how it was written. Maybe, kinda, I don't know, but now you'll think it's how. Like,
yeah.
God, I hate those movies.
The only other notable release I can see for this weekend is a Nicole Kidman movie called Birth.
Yeah, I was looking at this one.
She was nominated for this movie for Golden Globe. The plot is it follows a woman who becomes convinced that her deceased husband Sean is reincarnated as a 10-year-old boy.
Yep, gotta watch it. It sounds insane.
I think that's a slam dunk if I've ever heard one, Jim.
That sounds absolutely insane.
Yeah, I think we absolutely have to watch that for sure. Any deep cuts in there, or do those seem like those are our three?
No, that was the deepest cut I could find. Everything else was like non-existent, and I'm happy with 3, especially with that being the third one. And I think that's what we're doing next, then, right?
Yeah, I think that was probably going to be the lowest grossing one out of them. So Birth next on deck, then Ray, then Saw.
Sounds good to me.
Did Saw? I know it did.
Oh no! So Ray beat out Saw.
Oh, okay. All right. So Birth, then Saw, then Ray.
Sure. Sounds good.
Right, there we go. There you go. It gives you a few weeks to really just like start building up those emotions.
I'm so angry already, dude. You have no idea.
Yeah.
Musical biopics are like the bane of everyone's existence. They should not happen.
You're not wrong. I'm right there with you. I normally hate music there's very few musical biopics I think I've ever seen that I walked away being like that was a decent time. More often than not.
You probably like the Elton John one, right?
Did like Rocket Man.
Yeah. When was the last time you watched it?
Probably when I saw it in theaters.
Yeah, if you watched it again, you'd probably be like, man, this is terrible. Because, like, what happens is when you watch them for the first time, you're like, hey, I kind of like Ray Charles's music. All right. Like, it puts you in, like, a good mood just because of the music.
What I think I liked about Rocket Man as opposed to all the other ones that I couldn't stand is that they at least tried to do something different in that it was more like a musical like throughout his life instead of just being like, hey, remember when I wrote this song? Like, hey, remember when I wrote this jam? So like it at least tried to do something different and interesting. But then again, I could watch it again and feel that same way. Like,
they didn't have any scenes where they're like, no, Freddie Mercury, you can't bring pots into the studio. And he's like, I'm going to bring pots, Mr. Music Producer. Like, I hate these kinds of movies, dude.
They're like, hey, would you like to see a movie about Freddie Mercury that explores like the duality and all the like struggles that he went through in his life in relation to like the music and who he was as a person? Yeah, no, fuck you. Just remember when he wrote Another One Bites the Dust? Don't think about
wait,
the case stuff.
I've got it. Stomp twice, then clap. Like, it's the worst kinds of movies, dude.
Yeah,
like,
was like,
I don't get it. The audience can play it too. They're all so awful. And then people walk away being like, oh my god, Queen was so profound. It's like...
yeah, they were like, I just love that music. Wasn't it so great when they recreated Live Aid at the end? No! I'll just watch Live Aid.
Yeah. Johnny Cash. God. And they, you know what? They're not slowing down either since that Bob Dylan one came out. Yeah, no, there's like, they're only going to make like 1,000 more of them in the next 5 years.
Bruce Springsteen just had one. And not only
dude, the Bruce Springsteen one is the craziest thing of all time, dude.
That one's insane. But Jim, not only that, they're mutating. There wasn't a movie about Neil Diamond. There was a movie about a Neil Diamond
impersonator. Yeah.
Like it's mutating. It's taking on a life of it's self-sustaining now, and we can't stop it.
No, but see, here's the thing. Every once in a while, they're gonna make one that's like got like a little bit of a twist to it. Like when they made the Springsteen one, but it was like an Indian kid who just like dressed up like Springsteen. They're gonna make that movie every once in a while. But then people are going to be like, but I don't know, you went a little too off the course. I need like the actual Bruce Springsteen movie now. Like they're never going to get away from that formula. Like never. Can't
help themselves. What was the last thing you jammed on?
I don't know about the last thing. I know I watched Wake Up Dead Man.
Nice.
And it was really good. It was like really, really good.
Yeah.
Really like way better than the third installment in like a detective murder mystery movie should be. Like, way better than it ought to have been.
Benoit Blanc, man, a legend in the game.
Yeah, I just like, my favorite thing about those movies is Rian Johnson's just like unbelievable ability to be like, I'm gonna do the murder reveal thing, but I'm gonna completely flip it on its head. Like, when we get there, you know what I mean?
Time.
Like,
yeah, every
time he does it differently. And this was like the best one yet, where like Benoit Blanc had to realize in the middle of it that he shouldn't do it, and then the lady confesses to the priest. It was awesome. It was really, really awesome.
Fantastic. To Josh Brolin, just like incredibly ridiculously evil in it too. It's so
yeah, right. And like, right, and topical too. Like the second one was kind of topical in this weird way around COVID. Like, this one also really topical.
Yeah.
In a way that I felt was interesting, because I think if you asked most people who would like call themselves religious, I don't think they would have thought woke Hollywood had the ability to be like, no, like, this thing has a purpose, so like, it matters, you know what I mean? Like, we just need to like remember what it's all about, you know, like, which I thought was pretty cool. Like, I thought it's really it was a great movie. It was a really great movie.
It's an awesome movie. I would watch him do a million of those. Although I really hope now that the 2-movie deal with Netflix is done, he can shop that and get that back in theaters, because like they were so much fun to see in theaters.
There's 2 travesties about those movies. One is that they don't get released in theaters anymore, and 2 is that they're all called a Knives Out mystery.
Oh, dude, I hate every time they do that.
It's miserable. Awful. It should just be called Wake Up Dead Man. Why do we need to say like it's a Knives Out mystery?
We know why. It's because like half of America is fucking morons.
Well, yeah, I guess so. But like, I mean, I get it. Yeah, like Netflix is like putting it in there so people like know what it is. But
they've been doing it for everything. Last year, from the world of John Wick, Ballerina. It's like, dude, fuck you. Just call it Ballerina. Like, just fuck off.
It's just too much, man.
Yeah. It's like, just stop. Jim, I actually saw. It's not often you get movie of the year the first weekend of the year.
Oh.
But 2026 coming out the gate strong with a little movie called Primate. Don't know if you saw a trailer for this.
I haven't seen the trailer, but I've heard of it. Like, I've heard some like ads for it.
Talk about a movie that delivered exactly what I wanted from it. We've been seeing the trailer for this movie for a couple of months now, and every time me and Blank saw the trailer for it, we were both just like, this is going to be movie of the year. Like, ironically, thought it would just be like fun and like really goofy. Is all of those things, but just so much fun and so good. And obviously I'm taking a piss by saying movie of the year, but like, just talk about like just getting to watch a movie that like you posit something to me in the trailer and then you give me exactly that. And it's like,
what is it just like a ape goes crazy?
Yeah. So it's a family like living in a house, like the girl comes home from college with her friends, and at this house, the parent is like a speech pathologist. So had a monkey and was teaching the monkey sign language and everything.
Nice.
The monkey gets rabies and goes fucking crazy and just murders everybody in the house. And so like the whole movie is like all them just trying to like survive this monkey, like brutally murdering. And you would think like, all right, it's going to be like cheesy fun. The kills in this movie are fucking diabolical.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah.
They're like so gory and insane.
Would you take it over Crawl?
Ooh, I would have to rewatch Crawl again because I don't think I've watched Crawl since we saw it in theaters. I remember Crawl.
Keep in mind that Crawl, the main character in Crawl, is like a college swimming.
Yeah.
Like she swims for the Florida Gators and is kind of like on the bench, and then she outswims a literal crocodile.
Yeah. Also great. Like I'd probably put them neck and neck with
Barry Pepper's in Crawl too.
Yeah. They're just like great fun. But Jim, so I don't know if you saw the movie. It was released a couple of years ago. Won Best Picture. The movie Coda, about like the deaf family.
No.
Well, so there was an actor in it who is a deaf actor, who was like really great in the movie, and so he's in this movie as
Charlie Madlin.
No.
It's the only deaf actor I know.
His name's Troy something. I forget his last name.
Oh
so
yeah, Troy something. He's an all-star.
Troy McClure. So he's
Troy McClure here.
Troy McClure here. So he's in the movie as the deaf father. And before the movie, as soon as I saw that he was in the movie, I was telling Blank, I was like, there's going to be a scene where this motherfucker is in the house doing something and the monkey is behind him, like brutally murdering somebody. And he has no idea because he can't hear. And then they do the scene in the movie and it's fucking gold.
Yeah, I mean, of course, right? You gotta you can't just put a deaf guy in a movie and you gotta you gotta hang a lantern on it. You gotta play with the fact that he's
the big
deaf.
scene at the end. The dad literally is just going punch for punch with the monkey, and I'm like, this is the greatest movie I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, that is pretty amazing. That's about as good as outswimming a crocodile. It seems like it's on par with Crawl potentially.
He's just throwing haymakers, this fucking monkey, and it's glorious.
Would you take Primate or like the 5-minute scene in Nope with the monkey that goes crazy?
That one's good too, but you don't really see much in that movie. They play on the kid's fear being under the table, like you kind of hear it. In this, you just straight up see, like, in brutally gory detail, this monkey just like goring the shit out of people.
Dude, I think Nope is like my favorite Jordan Peele movie, by the way.
It's also, it's mine. I would agree with you. Nope. Is
it's a crazy movie.
Also. It's so good. It's so good. I love that movie. But yeah, no, Primate is just a bloody good time. It's exactly what the cinema experience is perfectly utilized for.
All right. I think you convinced me. I think I'm going to go see this one.
Put a bunch of people in a room together, turn the lights off, play them a movie about a monkey brutally killing people, and like people are going to have a good time. Yeah, the monkey is also a world-class troll. It's in the movie. Like, it's so funny the way he terrorizes them. Like, I loved every second of it. Like, just a fun movie.
Yeah, and what is it, like 86 minutes long, or
it's like 90 minutes on the dot.
Thank God.
Yeah,
because sometimes they would make that movie like an hour, like 50, and it's like you guys gotta like really
they would
really get it together here.
Yeah, they would waste way too much time with setup. Like there's some setup, but we get right to the show like pretty goddamn quickly, like, and then it's off to the races. And you're like, yeah, this is the stuff.
I bet you it still has too much setup.
you can definitely shave down some setup on it, but like it's not like it moves at least. It's not like setup where you're just being like, all right, can we get on with it? Like it at least like keeps the pace going.
Do you see the monkey get rabies? Like, do you see what bites him to give him the rabies?
Yes. Well, you don't see what bites him. You see the dead, like, because he kills it after it bites him. And they like package up the mongoose to like bring it to the lab, but the dad's like,
bring it to the lab.
The dad's like, it'll be fine though. Like he just got like a bite.
Yeah, no need to look into this any further. I'm sure it'll all work out.
Check that out. But then like he's like, it'll be fine. I'll just have like a doctor come over later and just like give him a shot. Like he'll be cool. And then the doctor shows up and the monkey just rips the doctor's face clean off.
Oh no, he Optimus Primed him.
Yeah. It's so good. Absolutely.
Yeah, I'll have to check this out. It sounds pretty awesome.
Yeah, bloody good time at the theater. I can't recommend it enough to you and to all the people at home. Go check out all these movies, as always, form your own opinion. And join us here next week when we dive into what is sure to be one of the most absurd movies of all time with Nicole Kidman's birth. And as always, we'll see you at the movies.